Well, Dave, we've seen the men. Now let's meet the ladies. 28-year-old Karen McKinney of Atlanta, Georgia is in the midst of her finest year as a pro. This is her 5th tournament of the season, and for the 5th time, she's reached the finals. In each of those events, she has finished second to this woman. Lynn Adams of nearby Costa Mesa, California, a 3-time national champion. Lynn has won 11 of the last 12 tournaments she's played in, including 8 in a row. She is, of course, the defending champion in this event. And watching the women in the pro finals, you'll notice, Dave, of course, that they have a different scoring system. We asked Lynn Adams to explain how the women score their tournaments.
The primary difference between men's scoring and women's scoring is that we play 3 out of 5 games to 21, and we score on every rally. So every time somebody wins a rally, they win a point. And the reason that we went to that scoring system was for 2 reasons. One was so that the game always continued towards the end of the match, which is the exciting part of the game. You never got stalled out on side out, side out, side out. The second reason was for the purity of the sport, because we wanted to reward you if you did something good, and if you made a mistake, you should be penalized for it. And that was the 2 reasons why we changed our scoring system.
Lynn Adams, who won the first game 21-16 and totally controlled the second game 21-8, can close it out here against Karen McKinney. McKinney out of Georgia is a lawyer who just got absolutely blown away in that second game after leading the first game and then losing it.
Last game, all she did was just run around and hit defensive shots. Karen has to get in here and start making Lynn do the running. But she's on the right track, though. She's going with the offensive serve, that drive serve.
And Lynn Adams picks up the first point here in game number 3.
1-0.
Again, as Lynn said, the women score on every point, offensive and defensive points. We're tied at 1.
1 point, 1.
You know, Karen has the right idea here. She just needs to execute it. If she can get those first serves in, she'll put a little more pressure on Lynn, but she's not doing that right now.
Lynn Adams has won 12 straight matches against Karen McKinney. She is 12-0 in their career against each other, and just blitzed her on a point there.
The same scenario. Lynn is hitting her forehand from 20 feet up near the front wall.
Adams, who has won 11 of her last 12 tournaments, has also won 8 straight.
Goodbye.
And there you see why.
The last 4 shots she's hit, offensive shots, have been forehands up in the service zone there.
What a shot.
I think I'd keep it away from her forehand the rest of her life.
4 serving 1.
Oof. She builds serve and call it short. Call stands. Second serve. That's good.
Karen's just setting her up for those shots. 5-1.
As good as Lynn's forehand is, you just can't do that. I think the thing to notice here also is that Lynn's serve is setting her up. She's hitting a good offensive serve, and Karen is not getting the ball away from the middle of the court, so Lynn can step up and hit that forehand.
6-1.
That's a nice shot.
Let's take this chance to get to know Lynn Adams a little better.
I don't feel like I have to perform as much as I did in the past, which is nice. My friends are used to watching me play a little bit longer now, and my family isn't. So, are you going to do it this year? Are you going to do it this year? So the pressure is a very different pressure. The pressure that I feel now is just that I want to play good for myself, which is a lot different than wanting to play good for a lot of other people. Where I used to go into a tournament and not know that I was going to win, which I found very exciting. That was a thrill for me to to work out very hard before I would ever go to a tournament and really try to make sure I had a little edge and hope that it would work. And I would be very nervous before a tournament, and I thought that was very exciting. It's a little different now in that there's not that little edge on it anymore like there used to be. Instead, there's a feeling now that the potential is there. There's a lot of potential in several of the girls to create that atmosphere again, but I think until it happens the first time, there won't be that little edge like there has been in the past. But I know it's going to come, and that's exciting to know that it's going to come.
With timeout on the court, let's us take timeout for this break.
Dave Peck, 1982 national champion. The power kill. Lynn Adams, 82 national champion. The drive serve. With the Ektelon CBK, the ultimate high-performance racquetball racket. The stiff, lightweight graphite frame pours on power without sacrificing control. For top players everywhere, the only racket. The graphite CBK. From Ektelon, the most recommended name in racquetball.
There are a lot of special athletes here at the Sports Gallery. One of them is Chip Parmalee, a wheelchair racquetballer. Let's meet him. Chip, how does a guy in a wheelchair play racquetball?
Well, it's really not all that different than able-body. We get two bounces, and it's a real quick game. We get two bounces, and we play basically the same. Hold the racket the same. Your court positioning is the same, and you just have two bounces. So it's actually, it's a real exciting game to watch and to play.
Can you play most able-bodied players?
Yeah, I play a lot of able-bodied players at my club. It upsets them a little bit because they have to give me two bounces, but sometimes they feel that they're the one that's under the handicap because that two bounces makes a big difference. A real low shot on the second bounce will usually come up. So they oftentimes are reaching for the ball because they feel the play is over and I still have a chance to get to it. So.
Karen McKinney trailing here in the third game, 14-8.
8 serving, 14.
Or 8 serving 14, as they say in racquetball. McKinney out of Georgia. Set to serve at the Costa Mesa's Lynn Adams. Right, shots like that with regularity.
Right now, it is critical that Karen gets that ball and her serve into the side wall, keeping Lynn from doing that.
16 serving 8.
16 serving
Lynn Adams, who won the first game 21-16, the second game 21-8, is leading 16-8 here in the third game.
You notice Karen is just roaming around the court. She's strictly hitting defensive shots. Lynn is all offense here.
Karen McKinney is really, she's just lost it.
Yeah, she's a little rattled right now.
8.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of unglued.
Yes. Lynn is just pressuring her so much here.
19-8.
Point.
20-8.
Match point.
So match point here for Lynn Adams as she can win another national championship. That serve, except it's too short. Adams going for the win. McKinney trying to stay alive, and she skips it out. So Karen McKinney stays alive.
9 serving.
It's 9-20.
One mistake on Karen's part, and that's the match.
Can Lynn Adams win it on defense?
That's it.
Yes. Lynn Adams, the national champion here at the Ektelon Racquetball Championships. For Dave Peck, I'm Ted Dawson. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you next year.